What's up, boys? Got some more NFL player props for you guys today for Monday Night Football. So it should be a pretty good game. We got the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff in today's videos to comply to many other websites, but we're focused on PrizePicks in today's video. Great website and app. If you guys are not already on PrizePicks, highly recommend it. They match your first deposit up to $100 with my code DOMG, as you guys can see on the bottom of the screen right there. But very good. So match your first deposit up to $100 like I just said, but a bunch of player props on there. Pretty awesome for many sports. So we can actually push the screen down right here. Oh, never mind. I don't have it shown real quick, but all these sports. So, I mean, even esports, all that other stuff, have a bunch of stuff on here. But also, I started Patreon. If you guys are interested in that, $10 a month. A bunch of you guys have already joined that. But that link is in my description. You guys get my daily picks every single day for NFL, NBA, and what other ever sports I do. So there's a bunch of them. But yeah, also free Discord down in the description. Definitely join that as well. But we're going to go ahead and hop straight into this, man. So let's go ahead and talk about some of these here. But we did have a pretty good day on the Patreon yesterday. We were profit on NFL and NBA yesterday. So pretty good over there. So yeah, let's trying to do that back to back here. I'll have an NBA either up before this or after this video. I'm not sure yet. But let's take a look at the weather for today's game, because this is going to be very telling. We have a 29-degree Fahrenheit game, windy and overcast. I've heard there's a little bit of rain as well, and pretty high winds. So definitely stay aware of this game here, and because there's probably not going to be too much throwing in this game. So definitely stay aware of that. I would probably fade the passing yards, even though these guys have hit 4 out of the last 5, both of them. I would still fade it. You don't want to mess with the weather, man. You really don't. So these look like good lines, but I would probably just fade them because the weather's going to be absolutely horrible. Rainy, windy, all that other stuff. Just don't even mess with it is what I would recommend. Rushing yards, though, is I really do like. Devin Singletary is one of my favorites of the day, probably, at 34.5 on the over. He has only hit 2 out of 5, but the Buffalo doesn't really have too many other running backs. If we take a look at opponent rushing defense over on Team Rankings, great website. Rushing yards per game, we take a look at here. New England is allowing the 12th most rushing yards on average. So that's pretty good right there for Devin Singletary in a game where they should be running the ball quite a lot. So definitely a play that I like right there. But 46.86 is where Number Fire, another great website, has him rushing. So pretty awesome right there. Should be able to hit this over pretty good. They have him over by 12 yards on Number Fire. So pretty solid right there for Devin Singletary. We also have Damien Harris you guys can take a look at. Or Ramondre Stevenson is another good one you guys can potentially be taking a look at. I've seen a lot of people like his prop. I haven't looked too far into him yet, but I don't know, because Damien Harris is going to be fully healthy this week. So we'll see, man. I don't know. Let's take a look at some receiving yards, though. One that I definitely do like is Kendrick Bourne. I'm going to say it's like 12 times, but pay attention about the weather. But 28.5 projected receiving yards is where he's at. And I like his over. So 61, 42, 98, 34, 38. That's a 100% hit rate for Kendrick Bourne over receiving yards. And it's not that big of a number either. So something to pay attention to, though, is if we look at passing defense, opponent passing yards per game. New England and Buffalo are 2 top 3 hardest passing defenses in the NFL. So if you didn't think it was going to be a rushing game, it probably would have been, even without the weather being so bad. But we take a look at Kendrick Bourne. He is projected for 39 receiving yards. So they like him on the over by about 10 yards. So Kendrick Bourne right there could be a pretty good prop for today, but weather. I'm not really going to mess with receptions either. These would probably be good to take the unders on. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really taken a look at too many of these, but yeah, probably take a look at some unders in this game, but I don't know. Passing touchdowns. Josh Allen is up at 1.5. I'm not sure if I like this too much. New England, great passing defense. We've already established that. They have Josh Allen at, this is just rushing, oh, that's passing touchdowns. So, yeah, they have him at 1.5 passing touchdowns. I was hoping it's going to be rushing and throwing touchdowns combined, but it's not. It was 1.5 passing touchdowns. So, pretty much Number Fire right here telling you to fade it. So, not a big fan of that right there. Passing completions. Josh Allen, this looks very good. He has not missed this in more than 2 games. So definitely could be a good look to take him on the over. But again, the weather, you got to pay attention to that. Not sure if I want to take this. Another probably fade situation. This is a pretty crappy game for player props, to be honest. So there's some that I do like, but Devin Singletary, Kendrick Bourne, some that I do end up liking. Singletary, probably one of my favorites. Ramondre Stevenson could definitely be a good one as well. But Josh Allen one is, if you're not worried about that, definitely you could probably take his over. So not horrible. One that I definitely do like is Josh Allen over an interception. He has been horrible throwing the ball lately. Not horrible throwing the ball, but throwing interceptions. 2, 1, and 2. He threw 2 against Jacksonville and none against Miami. But he's thrown an interception in 4 out of his last 5, and he has thrown 2 or more in 3 of his last 5. So, yeah, Josh Allen, probably not the best look today against a team that loves creating turnovers, the Patriots. So they have Josh Allen at 0.82 interception. So they're saying it's an 82% chance, technically, right? I think that's pretty much what they're saying. 82% chance he throws an interception. Pretty good odds. We can actually take a look at turnovers here, though. Turnovers, opponent interceptions thrown per game. And New England is number 1. They're allowing 1.6. Well, they're not allowing. They have 1.6 interceptions per game. So that's pretty good for a guy who's been turning the ball over quite a lot in his last 4. So Josh Allen, I like over an interception for sure. Defense we take a look at here. Yeah, great website for defense as well. So you guys have McCourty, Matthew Judon. You could be taking overs in these guys. These are going to be a lot of running the ball. I'm not a big fan of outside linebackers necessarily. I like the more inside linebackers, but they don't really have any of those up. They got some safeties up. I've not dived into these yet today, but you can take a look at some stats online. You can see how many tackles they're getting per game. And there could be potential really good overs in this game because, like I said, I think it's probably going to be a lot of running. So, Matt Judon, he pretty much needs a sack in this one. So, players need half a sack, so he needs 1 or 2 halves of sacks. So, I've not taken a look at that one, but that maybe is a good one. We'll see. Probably not, though, because they're probably not going to be dropping back as much. Defense could definitely be a good take for the over. I really haven't taken too much look at these defenses once again. But definitely stuff you guys should be taking a look at here. But I haven't that's not a word. I haven't dove into these as much because the weather throws you off guard for sure. But rushing props is definitely what I recommend researching on. So we take a look at Buffalo's defense here. Buffalo's defense, they have not played New England. Have they played New England this year? No, they haven't. They have not played New England this year. But it could definitely be a good take for Buffalo Bills over in this because they've only gone under 3 games. They've only gone under 3 games. They've only gone over 5.5 3 games, and they're playing the Patriots in pretty bad conditions. Buffalo Bills kind of like a little bit on the over. Same for the Patriots could end up being a pretty good one too. Let's take a look at where they're at here. So sorry I don't have anything to throw up on the screen here, but they're actually not that great. They've been really good recently. They haven't allowed more than that since week 6. But if you take a look at them week 6, they've missed 5 times, but they have not missed since week 7. So I don't know. They're on a pretty good streak there for the Patriots, but both of these could be potential overs for defense fantasy score. So especially if one of these guys gets a touchdown, you're pretty set. And then kickers, I don't really want to touch. Both of these guys very, very, very high volume though. I don't think Nick Folks, don't quote me on this, but I don't think he's gone under 9 in I think he's only gone under 3 or 4 games. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what he's at. So definitely some stuff you guys I recommend taking a look at. I didn't go anything in depth in these because it's just kind of hard with all the receiving stuff. Like I'm going to fade out all passing yards, all receiving yards, receptions. I mean, not all receiving yards. Kendrick Bourne, probably one that I end up taking. We'll see. But not a good look for the weather today is the moral of the story of this video. So appreciate watching though. That's going to do it. Appreciate watching. See you guys next time. Like and subscribe. All links in the description. Prize picks, Patreon, Discord, all that stuff. So yeah, definitely check that out. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.